Hi, I'm Rick, Cooking with Rick, stories about food. Today I'm going to do an interesting food called rice balls. Sorry, anyway, uh, but in Sicily this is like a real staple in their menu. What we do with this is we're going to make it almost make it like a meatball. Now that becomes an interesting setup. So first thing you want to do is get the rice. I found out this rice works out really well. It's called the arborio rice. What we do with it is roll it into a ball, and we're going to fry it, deep fry it. Okay. One of these jars. Actually, I think it's like it's a 3 cup. So one of the pans here. I have my favorite pasta pot. I'm going to use this one. All right. We want to put some butter in here. And it's funny, I'm putting butter in here and I'm putting Irish butter. So I'm making an Italian dish with an Irish, well, it works, right? All right, so first thing we need to do is butter into there, all right? At the same time, I'm going to make a mild marinara sauce to be used with the rice balls as a dipping. And naturally you get unsalted. I mean, why would you get salted butter? Because you're going to season anyway, so that's going to be like a double seasoning, right? So that's first thing to do is let's cut this off, right? And we'll throw it. Use your hands. All right, put one in there. All right. Now I have another pot, which I'm going to make the gravy at the same time. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the gravy butter in that gravy there. All right. So let's see what we can do here. There you go. Let me put some olive oil in here. Do the same thing with the other one. Let's open up this syrup for the tomatoes. I got to get some wine. And I got some white wine. Always use wine that you like, so I mean, you're better off that way. So I got my, you wouldn't put any wine in there that you don't like, so make sure you like, all right? Into the gravy, and that'll help it out. And I'll pour some into the gravy. Usually when you do the rice balls, use the white wine, all right? Stock. I'm going to put some vegetable broth in there rather than use chicken. So this can kind of work very good for the vegetarians. What we want to do is we want to fill this up, and then we're going to just let it sit. So, and let's add some water to it, which we'll add the hot water to it. Okay, what we're doing now is we'll be adding all the ingredients. We have some garlic powder, we have oregano, which just goes into the sauce, sea salt, black pepper, fresh parsley, basil flakes, and pecorino romano, which we will.
Which is cheese.
So what we're going to do now is I got some garlic, and I'm going to just crush it and put it into both of them, coming together, right? But I need to put it into the gravy here. All right. Flour in one, and some breadcrumbs in another, and some egg. So you got to make a wash. You're going to have to do with the egg wash, and then put breadcrumbs on top of it, so it will hold. All right.
The trick is to rub it with the garlic skin.
So we got some of that in here. I have one here. I do have some of the mozzarella here, which eventually I'll use, and I have some peas, which I'm going to throw the peas into the rice. I'm not going to put it. I don't want to cook it. Then it gets mushy. I want it to be whole too when I roll it up. But you'll see when I start doing that. All right. See, and a lot of times that's why I say when you do breadcrumbs, don't get seasoned breadcrumbs, because you're going to season them yourself. So why do that? All right. The breadcrumbs in here, all right? And you have some breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to sprinkle some here. The breadcrumbs are going to be done like a couple of times. When you'll do it once, and you'll see what I mean. All right. That's one, and I do have another. I have another package, so I might as well just put that in here. As you can see, it says unseasoned. All right, so what we have, right? So I'm going to put some garlic into this one too, right? You know the reason I buy brown eggs, right? You can see the shell when it goes in. All right. 2 in here, eh? One. There you go. You got two guys, right? As you go, clean, so you're not like loaded with a mess. Right? I mean, you want to do that like so. All right. So we have eggs here. We have breadcrumbs here, right? Oh, I got a couple more pieces of garlic, so we might as well use them too, right? Sometimes I do it this way rather than have to cut the garlic and do it, because a lot of times you got to watch it. The garlic will burn, and it's just horrible with the what happens with that smell of that. What are we going to do now? We got to beat up these eggs, right? Yeah, we have a Pecorino Romano. That's kind of, that Pecorino Romano is sheep's milk, right? There we go. Now that looks like it's really going to be thick, so I might throw another egg in there, all right? We'll see. Can add some milk to it. I don't, but you can do that. Or you can, sometimes I use a lot of buttermilk, but I don't think buttermilk works too well with this. Let's just put another egg in there to help it. There we go. Up, see? I wouldn't have known. Wouldn't have known if it was a shell. All right. Okay. Alrighty, we did that, so let's start adding some salt. Let's add some black pepper. You notice I have nothing in that one. Yeah, well, we'll get to that, all right? All right, I think, do we have enough room to fill it all three? Let's see what we got going here, all right? Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's put some flour in here. There we go. We got some flour to a little more. Now, the thing that you'd have to be concerned about after that rice is done, you want it to cool down, all right? That will become the interesting thing. So when that happens, I'll be cleaning up and going from there, right? Let's just check this out and see what's going on. All right, it's getting there. Wait a while longer. Leave this here. And we have these set, so now let's go on. Now what we do is we have some of this, the peas, and we'll take them and we'll just dump them in here. Okay, what we do is we'll put the peas in, and these are frozen, so they'll hold a lot better than fresh peas or the canned peas.
Okay, it's done now, so let me put it into a tray and then put it into a wok and let it cool down. You can see it really came together well. Now I'm going to work on the mozzarella, which really makes the difference. That gives it that extra added flavor.
Now the thing about rice balls, there's so many different variations of it. People make it with meat. Some people make it without meat. I'm making it without meat. Some people put peas in there. You put mozzarella in there, and I bought some fresh mozzarella. And what you want to do is you got to cut it. You get the fresh mozzarella again with no salt. Again, why would you put salt in it? All right. So let's just cut some pieces and just throw it in the container here. All right. We'll have the deep fryer. So we'll do that deep fryer, and we'll go from there. Right. So let me just plug it in and heating it up. Now just take some of the rice with the I guess, the peas in there, and just start making. Wet your hands, and keep pressing them together. All right, and then take them and just roll it in the flour. Just throw some flour on it. All right, and then throw it into the egg wash and put it into the breadcrumbs. Just keep mixing it like this, all right? All right, now when we take it, we'll just put a little dent in here, and we'll put a little piece of mozzarella in there. Let's see what happens. All right. All right. Squeeze it over and throw it into the flour. Flour again, and just squeeze it again. Just keep flipping it back. All right, let's throw it back in the flour, some more flour. All right, back here again.
And oh yeah, the voice that you hear in the background is Teresa, the barmaid. So
All right, looks like it's holding it. And okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to put them on top of the wire basket and place them very easily because they are soft and they could come apart. The oil will just pull it with the breadcrumbs, will pull it together. I'm just going to do 3 right now, and I'll leave the cover off so you can actually see it frying. When you finish frying, you have a ladle with some holes in it. You want the oil to drip back into the pan, and then you place it on top of a paper towel and let it dry out. And we're ready to go.
oh yeah, we do use vegetable oil.
This was really good. I enjoyed it, and this works really great for the vegetarians. And I mean, see, there are a lot of things you can do. The Italians cook a lot of vegetables. So anyway, salud.
And if you like what you see, please subscribe.